You've heard of rich kids of Instagram, but now there's a new group of just as lavish, extra controversial rich kids who have taken center stage. With family money flowing in, they've been living life to the fullest with huge yachts, private planes, fast cars, and endless vacations. But they're not from Dubai or Monte Carlo. These kids are actually from, of all places, Iran. So who are they, and how are they spending all their money? Let's find out. Until now, the majority of people around the world have thought of Iran as little more than a Middle Eastern desert nation, a relatively no-frills country without too much luxury to boast, and, unfortunately, a place that's found itself in the news for a lot of the wrong reasons. Heck, most people couldn't even point it out on a map. So we've done it for you. It's right here, sandwiched in between a whopping 7 countries: Iraq, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. And it's home to 82 million people, while close to 50% of those inhabitants live at or even below the poverty line. Like the rest of the world, Iran too has its 1%, the elite of the elite who splurge cash like no tomorrow. We never really knew about it until one particular Instagram page made its mark: the Rich Kids of Tehran. This page, which boasts about 150,000 followers, promotes itself as showing off the stuff they don't want you to see about Iran, and highlights the contrast between Iran's high and low class as we've never seen it before. Frankly, a lot of the population isn't too happy about it, and it's caused a fair whack of controversy over the last few years. While millions are struggling to make ends meet, rich kids of Tehran like Sohoney, Mohsen Sade, and Sayeda Anashid Hosseini are flaunting their private jets, high-end fashion, and deep pockets. In fact, these young men and women are so rich that the term Aghazadeh had to be invented to describe them. Alright, let's take a closer look at some of these affluent Iranians then, shall we? First off the ranks is Mohammad Reza Sohoney, better known as Sasha Sohoney. He's the son of the former Iranian ambassador to Venezuela, and has no problem spending his family's hard-earned cash on everything from private jets to luxury cars, and lavish trips around the world to party destinations like Ibiza or chic cities like Paris. His personal Instagram page welcomes a whopping 1.1 million followers, most of which stare with jealousy at his yacht full to the brim with champagne and his luxurious Mercedes-AMG S63. The classy $150,000 Mercedes isn't the only envy-inducing set of wheels in his garage, though. With a net worth of over $1 billion, Sasha can choose between high-end Lamborghinis, this head-turning Ferrari, or a Mercedes G-Wagon that starts at a whopping $125,000, give or take. It's actually similar to the G-Wagons that the unbelievably rich royal family of Dubai cruises around in. If you want to see how they splurge their billions, check out the link in the description. Anyway, if Sasha's fed up with the Tehran traffic, he can simply hop aboard his private jet. If you thought a personal plane was considered excessive, how about this wildly unnecessary yet still lavishly cool decorative rainbow horse? Alright, our next rich kid of Tehran is none other than the fashionista, Mohsen Sade. Take one look at his social media accounts and you'll quickly notice that he's not shy of his spending habits, or his rigid gym routine either. Saman is regularly sharing photos of himself partying with friends on pristine beaches or at expensive clubs, shopping for wallet-draining jewelry, or showing off his extensive collection of fine-quality suits. And when we say extensive collection, we mean it. He rocks the purple suit. Not everybody can pull it off, but when you've got millions of dollars to spare like Saman does, you can pull off pretty much anything. If that color is still a little too much for the eye to handle, he's also forked out for blue suits, gray 3-pieces, a forest green getup, a simple black suit, and because why stop before you have the entire rainbow, a red one as well. Talk about an over-the-top wardrobe. It's not just the Tehran boys who show off their bank accounts, though. The girls aren't afraid to splurge their cash either. Take model Sayeda Anashid Hosseini, for example. Fast cars and private planes don't appeal quite as much to her as they do for the others. She drools over traveling and lavish accessories instead. She recently wandered around France, stopping off in Paris, Normandy, and Cannes, all the while, of course, staying in the most revered of accommodations, and showing off her designer Hiba handbags and over-the-top jewelry. Take this gold and pearl bracelet, for example. It would easily have set her back a few $1,000s. If the lavish lifestyles of those particular 3 rich kids haven't made your jaw drop just yet, don't worry, because the Instagram page showcases plenty more opulence. While you or I might get our shoes from Walmart, the rich kids of Tehran would scoff at something of that average consumer quality. Considering that many of them fly around in private planes, they can dress as comfortably as they like. and nothing says comfort more than $160 Uggs. If that price tag isn't impressive, then these $595 Louboutin sneakers ought to do the trick. Aside from the planes, we've also seen them rolling up in Mercedes cars, unnecessary ATV buggies, and customized eccentric Vespas, just because they can. Their lavish lifestyles aren't restricted to the road, though. They also sail the high seas on private yachts, and if they don't own them, then they're dishing out close to $150,000 a week just to charter them. Cruising around on vacations in exotic locales like Iran's consumer paradise, Kish Island, a spot for the elite located right about here. Of course, on board these boats, and at pool parties as well, they've been known to break the rules. These young rich kids pose in bikinis while drinking champagne, despite Iran enforcing strict laws on modesty and alcohol. When they are indeed wearing enough clothes, you can bet that just like Saman's suit wardrobe, the outfits and accessories are going to be awfully excessive. Plenty of the women featured on this page often get their $4,000 plus Cartier bracelets and high-end shimmering jewels from the exclusive Sam Center in Tehran. Keep in mind that there are a lot of counterfeit items on the Iranian market, so while it's never entirely certain that our rich kids' designer brands are authentic, they certainly know how to flaunt them. Another affluent activity these spoiled youths can't get enough of is, believe it or not, skiing. Despite most of Iran being perceived as an incredibly hot, dry climate, the Middle Eastern nation does in fact boast excellent skiing facilities. About an hour and a half north of Tehran lies the ultra-luxurious Bahrain accommodation at the foot of the Shemshak ski resort. It's designed to give guests the best possible views of the mountains and fresh snow, and has become synonymous with the rich kid lifestyle. A room here could set you back over $100 per night, which may not seem like a lot, but remember, 50% of Iran lives below the poverty line. Would you stay there? That's all for how the rich kids of Iran spend their money. If you had that much cash, what's the first thing you'd do with it? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to The Richest, and join our notification squad. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.